Good evening, Coach, and congrats on the win. We'll start with an opening statement from you, and then we will move on to questions.
A crazy college baseball game, and that's typical baseball. You got to tip your hat. I thought their guy was, for 6 or 7 innings, as good as a pitcher we faced in the last couple of years. It was electric. We just couldn't get on it, and then we have a great at-bat by Scotty DeBrule, and then Kellum Clark kind of gets us going. And, we had talked to the team about it's just so hard to get the last outs in Omaha. And just to keep fighting, get something going, and we were able to do that. And, we've been fortunate all year. Our best hitter comes to the plate, and he gets the big hit again. So a fun night for us.
Steve Robertson.
So, Coach, I know you had to take a minute to kind of dial it back a little bit, but the emotions of that big inning there, when Kellum hits the tank to right center, I know that kind of gives you a lift, but what was that moment like in the dugout before that when you were just trying to kind of keep them locked in and keep fighting?
We pulled together that inning, and we talked about, because the older kids knew, it felt very similar to the Auburn game in 19, where Auburn had beat us all day long, and we got something going late, so we just challenged them and to keep playing, stay resilient, and the things that we preach all year and the things that this club is. I mean, we have won so many late games just because we won't stop playing and won't stop fighting. So an unbelievable job by the guys.
David Murray.
Coach, you quipped the other night that you asked Tanner Allen when he was going to start helping the team. Would you have asked for anybody else to be in that situation in the 8th inning?
Besides Rowdy, Tanner's the guy I'd want at the plate. He's sitting right here, so I already gave him a compliment. It's like I've said earlier. It seems to be when the game's on the line, we have a way to get him to the plate, and he produced again. And he's been like that all year long. He's been the guy that just gets us going. And man, what a great hit!
Robbie Falk.
Chris, it might go overlooked by some people just because of that inning that y'all had with the 6 runs, but to continue to put up goose eggs out of the bullpen, those guys to shut the game down and keep it where it was. How big was that?
It was huge, and we used a lot of guys tonight. I got a little worried late because we only had so much, 3 or 4 outs with Landon. We didn't have a lot, and we knew we'd have to use a lot of guys, and they all just piggybacked off each other. I mean, I thought Chase Patrick came in and got a double play ball. Cam Tuller came in and got some big outs. I mean, Parker Stinnett. I mean, you just go on and on through the group. Cade Smith. They just kept you got to get a hold. When you fall behind early, you got to get a hold if you want to come back, and we were able to do that. I thought we played really good defense. Really proud of Cam James makes the highlight reel play where he goes into the dugout, but the play in the 9th was huge. Tanner Allen made 2 great plays, I thought, in right field on the ball in front of him where he got great first steps. And you just can't let people score. I mean, it's just hard enough for us to catch them. You just can't let them keep getting runs, and we were able to do that tonight. I thought we had so many guys play, so many bullpen arms. Josh Hatcher's out there, gets a big hit. Tanner Leggett's playing. Braylon Skinner's making a big catch. I mean, it was a team effort tonight.
Theo DeRosa.
Coach, you mentioned Josh Hatcher right there. How big is that for a guy who's a senior making his 3rd trip to Omaha to get in and have that kind of impact on this game?
It's been a tough month for Josh, I'm sure, because he's in RBPs, he's swinging it great. I mean, he had a slump early in the year, came out of lineup, and was struggling, but he's swinging in RBPs as good as I've ever seen him swing it. And Kellum Clark's been hot, and Luke Hancock's had a great year. And he hasn't pouted or anything. He's one of our energy guys. He's cheering guys on. That's one reason we're a great team is we just have, some selfless guys like that let you, keep playing and keep doing. And when the time comes, his opportunity came, he got a huge hit for us.
Nick Suss. Nick, you're up.
You hear me at all?
Yep, there you go.
Chris, it kind of ended up being a funny moment there in the 8th with Rowdy on that double, getting stuck between 2nd and 3rd. But while it was happening there, what was going through your head and kind of what went on in that moment that he kind of got stuck there?
Well, it definitely wasn't funny in our dugout, so it may have been up there. He, It was a tough play because the center fielder kind of came in on it, and I think Hatch thought it was going to get caught, so Hatch didn't extend a lot. And when the ball fell, when that ball falls like that, usually Rowdy's going to get a triple, but Josh had to hold up a little bit. So that's kind of all that happened. Luckily, they were in tandem, and nobody was there to cover the base, but put us in a good situation. But and what a big hit by Rowdy there.
Joel Coleman.
Chris, you look back on that inning in the big rally, and, I guess it just works out that way. The three guys that you have that have ended their seasons in Omaha all 3 years, their career, you got Hatch and Rowdy and Tanner all played huge roles in that inning. I know you probably don't have a whole lot of time to think about that kind of stuff in the moment, but just how cool is that three guys that have, I guess, built this program into what it's become the last 3 years get to have that moment in that huge inning.
It's awesome. It's awesome, and they came here to win it. They've been here. They've walked off this field and felt like they could have done more. And they're invested right now, and they're playing great baseball. And we just got to get our work in and let these guys just keep playing games. And the way they're playing, we got a chance to play for a while.
John Sokoloff.
Hey, Chris, John Sokoloff with WCBI in Columbus. Forgive me if it's a little loud. I'm right outside TD Ameritrade right now, about to go live. But you're one of the most even-keeled guys out there. But, what were you kind of going through? And take me through your emotions when you heard Tanner hit that ball in the 8th inning to take the lead.
What's funny is everybody else is celebrating and getting, having at bats, and my mind goes to the next 6 outs. Who do we have in the pen? Where are we at? How do we get it to Landon? Who's warming up? Those type of things. So many times everybody's celebrating in those late moments, and myself and Coach Foxall are huddled in the corner while everybody else is celebrating, trying to figure out, the last 6 outs or what we have left in the pen. Because we had used in this tournament, you have 13 pitchers, and we had used a bunch and used some the other night. So, that's where your thought and focus go to.
Theo DeRosa.
Coach, I know not the best night for Christian McLeod. What do you think he was doing there that they had a lot of contact off him, and how can he kind of regroup for the rest of the series?
Yeah, I hate it for Christian. We get here. He's one of the big reasons why we're here, and just didn't have a good night. Just didn't hit spots. Just left some balls over the plate. They took advantage of it, and we just couldn't go any more farther behind. Usually at home, maybe I'll let him fight through that a little bit more, but here with everything on the line, we just couldn't. And so he'll have a easier chance of bouncing back and getting back out there and get him the ball. And like I said, he's bounced back before from a bad outing. I just, I hate it for the kids to be on this stage and not have the opportunity to play their best. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get him back out there and pitch again.
We're going to go 2 more questions. Robbie Falk.
Coach, this team hasn't always had pretty ball games. A night getting no hit going into the 7th or 8th inning, whatever it was, but they just don't seem to budge. They just find a way, it seems like, every single time. What have you seen from these guys that just made them so special and allowed them to do that?
I know this sounds crazy, but the ability to take a punch and keep playing is one of our greatest assets that we have. We have taken punches all year long. We take punches, and that's one thing about our league and playing against the best every weekend is, you get knocked back and you got to stand up and fight. And our kids that's what they do. I've used the word resilient all night, but that's who we are. That's what, some teams may have more of something else, but we're a tough, gritty team, and they'll never stop playing. These guys will play until the last out every time.
And final question, Steve Robertson.
Chris, I actually have 2. They'll be quick, though. How big was Preston Johnson to kind of come in there and settle the score for you? And also, to looking forward to the rest of the tournament, you've been able to get a lot of those guys in an inning or 2. How important is it to kind of get them and, kind of get that out of the way now?
Well, that was a little bit of the plan. We were for a minute there, I was trying to get a rain delay. So I was just running guys out, taking my time because that guy was pitching so good, trying to, get out there. But those guys getting out, getting their feet on the rubber, getting some action. I thought Parker Sinnett was good. I thought Chase was good, and Cam, and, Kate Smith, okay, but, he still threw up a goose egg. And so we're going to need all these guys, and we need them all. Landon can't pitch every in and out of the pen. We need guys to come in, throw strikes, make pitches, Maybe Landon can. He's sitting right here, maybe shaking his head. But we have to have a whole staff. I was so proud of our team tonight. We had so many guys, and some guys hadn't played in weeks because of postseason play. And, it's what we preach all the time. Just be ready. Be ready. Your time will come. And some of these guys got their time on the biggest stage.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank y'all.